Welcome to the next video recap lecture titled All About Remarketing Campaigns. In the last video recap lecture, we did go over remarketing campaigns, but mainly how to create audience lists in Google Analytics. And as you recall, we went over all of the different ways to do so. I encourage you to tinker around with the many different options available inside of the conditions tab within the remarketing list creation page so that you can target audience types that are very specific based off of the landing pages they use to enter your site with, maybe based off of the medium or source that they use to find your site, or the country of origin, region of origin, city of origin, all of these things that you could do to really fine-tune your remarketing lists. Now we're going to go ahead and get into using these remarketing lists and creating the right type of image ads for those and placing them all together within Google AdWords. So what you're going to want to do here is basically use image ads, because that is the whole point of this lecture. It's creating image ads for users so that on the display side, they're able to see your ads on certain websites that may be about, if you're a lawyer, maybe legal type of websites, like kind of a legal advice type of websites, or anything that has to do with divorce. You can choose to show your ads to those types of people by kind of selecting which websites you want to show your ads on, as well as using your remarketing lists. But you will have to create an image ad so that they can be placed on those websites that allow advertising. So here's where you can upload your image ad. You will need to create your image ad. You'll need a designer, and you can see all the supported specs by clicking here and seeing what the dimensions are. It's a good idea to have your design created in multiple sizes, so that way all the different websites out there that have certain image ad spaces allowing advertisers to throw up their ads, giving you more opportunities to place your image ads that are compatible with all those websites and the different sizes that they require. So I recommend consulting with a graphic designer and getting some really nice GIF or GIF ads created, which are kind of automated ads that maybe use, texts that pop up and slide into transitioning and show the images. And then also, of course, obviously, you'll have to put the ad name, the display URL, and the actual URL that it'll take the visitor to when they click on the ad. That's an obvious one there. So you can put here, for example, African mobility scooters. Display URL can be and the final URL. You'll definitely want the final URL to be the most relevant page on your site. So in this case, I'm going to travel to or navigate to the website here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on mobility scooters by brand. It's a very user-friendly website. So I am able to quickly find the African mobility scooters page. And here they all are. So I would most certainly use this URL as the destination URL, the final URL rather. So that is how you would create the image ad. And I do have some image ads that I can share as an example here. Let me see here. I'm going to have to pull them up. Bear with me. While I pull them up here. Apologize for the delays, folks. All right, here it is. So here's a little image ad that I've got designed here in one particular size that says mobility scooters up to 20% off by African. Click here. This is the image ad I would want to use. So what I'm going to do is, let me see here, download that and then upload it as you would any type of image ad from your computer. You can choose to kind of grab it from your desktop or wherever you have it saved. You probably are going to be working with different file types, and depending on how you want that image ad created in the format, it's going to be really up to you. But the best advice I can give is try to pick something that's extremely relevant, like the image ad I just showed you, and then hit done. And that will essentially have your ad group created with that particular image ad. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to just take this image ad. Copy image. All right, so I found my image ads here. Here is my mobility scooters image ad, which I'm going to extract to the desktop. And I'm going to go ahead and choose to upload it here. Oh. What the heck? Okay, so now I'm going to add the scooters Aficum image ad here, and it's uploading, and there it is. You can create GIF files instead of a static image ad, which will kind of allow you to maybe slide and transition in the text items here. And you do have to be careful with the policies. Make sure that you don't get your ads disapproved. I did include a link to the image ad policies in the written lecture. And you can choose to make your device preference mobile if you like. I don't really use that option very often. And I'm going to click on done. And let's see here, view ad ideas. Nope, I'm not going to click on that. Copy existing ads if you like from other ad groups. We don't have any. And then I'm going to hit save ad. You should add as many ad types. I know I only added one there, but like I said, if you can get that ad created in multiple different sizes to get you a better chance at showing up on various websites in the display network, that is the best practice. So I'm going to go to the campaign now that I have my first ad group created, which is an Aficum mobility scooter list, an ad group. So I'm going to name it Aficum mobility scooters / non-buyers, since no one bought, because we have that filter that says the visitor must not have visited the checkout page, success page. I'm going to save that so I know what ad group this is. I'm going to go ahead and once I'm ready, increase that max CPC bid to something that's a little bit higher to kind of see how my performance is. Again, you know, that is something that you will want to either use a bid strategy or just manually increase it as you go to see how much reach and exposure you get with your budget in mind. There are a couple of other things that we can do when we click on the ad group here and we toggle over to the display network tab. You're going to be able to then, I'm going to click on yes, exit the guide. You can basically see the summary, display keywords, which basically are for users that want to use remarketing to show ads on the search results of a Google page, but only to people that have visited your website in the past. It's useful, but I don't really use display marketing for that. I feel like display marketing is best used with display image ads, not to just show your website as a Google result to visitors who have came to your past in the site, because essentially if you're already showing up for the right keywords in your search campaign, it's kind of like a redundancy that you don't really need to do. So I'm going to skip this. Placements are great if you want to control where your ads are being shown. For example, let's say you don't want to show your image ads on certain websites based off of the category or type of website it is. You can choose to exclude certain websites here by entering the website that you want to make sure your ads don't show up on. You can create a list here as well if you want. Let's go here, placement exclusion list, and put many websites here that then you can use again in the future for multiple ad groups. And this is going to be in your shared library in the future. Now, again, this is really a lecture that's geared towards not so much placements at all, but more towards remarketing lists. So I'm not going to focus too much time at all on placements or topics for that matter. Topics are a way for you to, instead of just choosing a single website, exclude certain topics that pertain to websites in the display network. So essentially, Google has millions of websites that allow advertising. Let's say you don't want to show any ads on a finance website. You can select that in your exclusion list, and it'll be your ads will never show on any websites that are in the finance category. What we're going to focus on right now, though, are the interest in remarketing. Since this is our first remarketing list, look at that. It says that the list has not reached 100 yet. So essentially, we're going to have to wait until that web page gets more visitors that meet that rule to run ads for this group, which is fine. It sometimes takes a little while to build your lists when you create them. I don't expect most of you to have so much traffic that your remarketing lists are already at 100 as soon as you create them. With time, as you drive traffic to those pages, you'll be able to build that list up to 100 people, and you'll be able to show your ads. So this is where you manage your remarketing lists. You can go ahead and create new lists here if you want for this particular ad group. Let's say you create more lists that you want to add into this ad group. You can do that. The demographics are going to show you kind of the reporting of how the different demographic options that there are. You can see click conversion data and all that here. So these are just some of the things that you can look at within your ad group on a remarketing campaign. And that, for the most part, covers everything for a remarketing campaign setup. And going forward, you'll collect your data, and we'll discuss how to analyze and interpret the data from your remarketing campaign in the later lectures, where we discuss how to analyze your campaign's performance to improve. I know this has been a long lecture, but I hope you've enjoyed, and we will touch back on remarketing campaigns soon in the next few lectures. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great day.